Hey, it's Adam Lavelle of KnuckleTFUp.com. That's Adam Lavelle, KnuckleTFUp.com. I've been coming to you a lot this weekend. I brought you the Kat Connor interview. If you haven't seen that, you need to go to my YouTube, my Facebook, check it out. Great interview, great fighter, great person. I have brought you, this is my second one championship coverage. I brought you coverage of Friday fights from this past Friday. It's Sunday, that's just 2 days ago. Now we're going to talk about Fight Night 35, and I also brought you the last bare knuckle boxing show. So this has been a busy weekend for me. Thanks to anyone who watches these videos. I would plead with you to please subscribe to the YouTube. I need subscribers to get in any kind of algorithm. And follow me on all my social medias. Facebook, I only talk about fighting there. Twitter, X, if you will. Instagram. I have Instagram, but I can't share long reels or stories or anything like that, so I don't mess with it a whole lot. It won't let me upload shows like this, even if they're only 20, 25 minutes long. It won't let me do it. So I don't mess with it much, but I have one. Follow me everywhere and help me get the word out about the best fighting in the world. But for now, let's jump into one of the four companies that I treasure the most. One Championship Muay Thai. Now, I'm not putting down the MMA. I'm not putting down the kickboxing. Muay Thai is just so much better to me that I have no interest in the others. Kickboxing, not bad. MMA, I have no interest in at all. It just bores me. I don't really care for it. I just don't. We're talking about Fight Night 35 from One Championship, just the Muay Thai fights. And the first Muay Thai fight kicked off, Johan Ghazali. He took on Zakaria El Jamari. Now, both men started throwing immediately. I like this. I like when they get right into the action, and so often in Muay Thai, that's what it's all about. Action, action, and more action. And my reaction is to lean in and be excited, baby. And that's what I did here. Now, Johan goes by Jojo, so that's a nice little nickname. It's easy to remember. Jojo, backed El Jamari into the rope several times. Now, El Jamari was sort of acting, he was blatantly acting like it didn't hurt him. He's like, waving his hands around. Every time he would get backed into the ropes and hammered on by Jojo, he would be like, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm not saying it was an act, but you can only take a beating for so long, no matter how strong your chin is. And that's what happened here. El Jamari got backed into the ropes one more time, again, signaling that he was fine, until old Jojo landed such a shot on his chin, on his jaw. And the great part about this is when Jojo hit this big jab to the chin of El Jamari, Jojo just turned around and walked away as El Jamari was falling. It was a cool looking scene. You have to see it to know what I'm talking about. Just walking away as your opponent's falling down on his face. And that was it. He couldn't continue. He responded to the count and got up, but the ref, looking into those glazed over eyes, knew that this fight was over. So over in the first round. Winner by TKO. Jojo Ghazali. Great opening Muay Thai bout for sure. Now, being that there were several MMA fights on this show and a kickboxing or two fight on this show, there weren't a whole lot of Muay Thai fights. There were enough to make me happy, don't get me wrong, but this shouldn't be a long review because next up in the Muay Thai fights was Rambo Lek, kind of cool, versus Dmitry Kovtun. Okay, decent first round with Rambolek threw a lot of right head kicks. Just wham, wham, just swung his leg around like a baseball bat, if you will. I've made that analogy numerous times, but that's what it looks like. It just looks like these guys, the way you and I would pick up a baseball bat and swing it, they can just pick up their leg without touching it and swinging it in the same manner. Now, most of them were blocked. Most of them didn't get full contact on Kovtun, but he pressed right back. Okay, matter of fact, much of this first round looked like it might go to Kovtun. He just kept pressing. He didn't back up from nothing. He kept coming in sort of like a zombie, if you will. And I know we've all heard that expression before. But in round two, Kovtun got up his stool and came in and pressed the fight again. But no, Rambolek wasn't having it. He kept throwing that right head kick, but then suddenly lands a hard right to the chin of Khotun, and down he goes. He's out, baby. He is out. Rambolek landed the power shot, man, and he took Khotun down and out. He was excited. The crowd was excited. I'm not saying that Rambolek looked like he was getting beat badly, but if this would have kept going in this manner and went to the judges or something, I mean, you never know what the judge is, but generally, he was being outpointed. He was being outpointed. But the points don't matter when you hit someone in the face so hard they go down and can't get up, and that's what happened here. Rambolek, big winner by TKO. Next up in the Muay Thai fights, the third fight of the Muay Thai fights, this is a featherweight division fight. It saw the number 2 ranked Bampara Coyote as he took on the number 3 ranked Shadow. That's right, his name is Shadow. If it's his real name, I don't know. Is it? I don't have a clue. When you grow up in some other country, who knows? I've seen guys name things I've seen the name of guys be things where I'm like scratching my head. Not like it bothers me in any way, but like, wow, that's really their name? I don't care if it's real name or not. He is Shadow, and you will remember him. Round 1 wasn't fast and furious. These two did not go out there and go at it. Now, they weren't really bouncing around doing nothing, but it wasn't as fast-paced as the fights have been so far. It was still very engaging and entertaining as both men managed to block and swiftly evade some kicks. Now, sometimes, guys, it's cool to see a shot evaded, you know what I mean? There's really nothing better than seeing a guy get a shot landed on the side of his opponent's head and knocking him down and out. But a close second might be a guy's ability to swerve, move, duck, pivot in such a ways that those shots don't land. Okay, there was some hand fighting, not slappiness, but some, sort of sticking their hands out and trying to get a feel, trying to feel the range out, literally. And a lot of kicks that got caught. Each one of them in the first round threw a lot of kicks that the other one caught, and they're bouncing around on one leg and what have you. Round 2, Shadow wanted to close in, and Coyote wanted to keep the distance. Since he can. He's the taller fighter, and he can keep the distance if he can work that strategy, and that's clearly what he wanted to do. But Shadow made his way in and was countering. He knew if he made his way in that Coyote would swing at him, right? Of course he would. He's coming into my range. I'm going to swing. I'm going to kick. And it was clear that Shadow expected that, and he was counter-fighting, and he hit a spinning back fist. I mean, a spinning back fist is like almost like a move out of a cartoon. And that's not an insult. It's just so incredible. It looks like something you'd see in a superhero movie, right? And they don't work a lot, but when they do, they're amazing. And this sucker worked great. Shadow spun in a defensive posture, right? He was counter-fighting, and in that counter-fighting used a spinning back fist and knocked the living hell out of Coyote and won the match by knockout. The number 3 fighter in the world took out the number 2 fighter in the world in the featherweight division. It's very likely that Bampara would have gotten a title shot had he won this matchup. Now he'll fall back a spot or two and have to work his way back up a little bit. And, we're looking at Shadow maybe getting a title shot next. He definitely deserved it after that spinning back fist. Very, very cool. And believe it or not, it's time for the main event. I told you there were only so many Muay Thai fights, so at less than 10 minutes, I'm at the main event of this video. So, hey, you got a short one from your boy here from KnuckleTFUp.com. And that main event was a good one. Muay Thai fight, of course, the 4th Muay Thai fight of the night. It was for the vacant Muay Thai strawweight women's world championship. Jackie Buntan, who is the reigning strawweight world kickboxing champion, is going to challenge for this vacant strawweight Muay Thai title against Stella Hemmetsberger. And let me tell you something, Hemmetsberger is no joke. Of course, we already know that Buntan is no joke. She's the strawweight kickboxing champion. She's no joke. She's the favorite coming in here by far. She's already a world champion. And I'm not saying Muay Thai isn't a lot different than kickboxing. It is. But if you've got the kickboxing skills to win a world title, chances are high for you in a Muay Thai fight. Not given by any stretch you can imagine, but high. And this was a solid 5-rounder. These ladies went all 5 rounds. The biggest shock was in the first round, Hemmetsberger knocked Buntan down twice. twice. And both times it was a missed kick followed by a strike. So your opponent ducks or maneuvers their way out of your kick, and when they come back from maneuvering away, the fist is there. Bam. 2 times that strategy worked, knocking Boonton on her ass. Now, she wasn't down, she wasn't out. There wasn't even an 8 count, but she was down, and they counted as knockdowns. She got back up. It was the end of the first round. The next round was a little bit slower. It's like the ladies decided they weren't going to engage each other quite as much as they did as the first round. Each of them, Boonton already know, I got knocked down twice. I don't need that again. And, of course, Hemmetsberger doesn't want to get knocked down, so they're a little bit spacious in this. Not eventful, but not nearly as eventful, not nearly as toe-to-toe as the first round. Third round, they got a little more active again. They went after each other. Some kicks landed. Hemmetsberger wanted to keep fighting from a distance and did so, but Boonton was more aggressive in round 3. Round 4 slowed down much like round 2. So they're going back and forth with their strategies. You know, who's going to win this out? And my opinion as I watch this, not just because of the 2 knockdowns, but they did help. Hemmetsberger was winning this. I feel she landed more shots. I feel like she took on the aggressiveness of Boonton and handled it pretty damn well. I actually even thought Boonton seemed a little frustrated at times. And I think that shone through, and I think the judges saw it as well. Some fast kicks from both ladies at the end of round 4, but Boonton presses forward. Hemmetsberger has been nailing very solid shots every time Boonton comes in. So that's how I saw that. I feel Hemmetsberger is winning, but that means nothing when it comes to the judges, of course. Some flurries at the 22nd mark of round 4, and round 5 was a little more aggressive once again, but not overly so. No round was like the first one. The first one, they were really kicking ass, and Boonton got knocked down twice, like I've said numerous times now. And I think the fight cooled off a little bit just after that, simply out of Boonton coming in, wanting to press the fight, but being a little more careful, because she has to be, right? But I think that's what's cost her the fight. After 5 rounds, the unanimous decision went to the new one championship strawweight women's champion of the world, Stella Hemmetsberger. And it was a great fight. I agree with the decision. That's not putting Boonton down in any way. Maybe she learned a little bit of a lesson that kickboxing isn't on the same level as Muay Thai. Yes, I'm biased, obviously. Big fan of Muay Thai. And Hemmetsberger is concentrated on Muay Thai, while Boonton is out there concentrating on kickboxing, and she got set down, literally on her ass, and loses this by unanimous decision. A big win for Stella Hemmetsberger. Like I said, the new one women's strawweight champion of the world. Congratulations to her carrying around that almost 30-pound, that 26-pound one championship belt. If I ever get a replica of that, where in the hell am I going to store that? But I might. Who knows? I love championship belts. I just always have. You're a mark for belts. Well, maybe I am, but I don't spend outrageous money on them. Ain't that right, buddy? My belt maker's watching this with a smile. But anyhow, good, solid show. Only 4 Muay Thai fights, so we're not even at the 15-minute mark talking about it. I would rate this show 10 out of 10. I'm sitting there thinking 9.5. But guys, all 4 fights were amazing. All 4 fights were exciting. All 4 fights had me on the edge of my seat. And the main event Muay Thai fight was for a championship that was won by the underdog. Shows don't get much better. This was great. Excellent. Perfecto, if you will, when it comes to combat sports programming. Can't get better than this one. It was short, so that helped. Yes, I'm not rating the whole show because I didn't watch the MMA or the kickboxing. Probably wouldn't have gotten a 10 because I'd have probably been bored by one of the MMA bouts, probably. But the Muay Thai on here, just what I'm looking for when I'm looking for combat sports. I'm Adam Lobel of KnuckleTFUp.com. Please subscribe to the YouTube. Please follow me on my social media. And I'll be back again. I'm glad I get a little bit of a break, no matter how much I love this stuff. I'm a little tired. I've talked a lot. I've opined a lot. But I had a good weekend, and I hope you enjoyed everything I've done. And if there's anything you think I could do differently where you'd enjoy it more, please hit me up and let me know. And I'll talk to you again real soon.